It sounds like the plot of a sci-fi thriller saving the world from an asteroid hurtling toward Earth, but this is real. Don't worry, though, it's only a practice run. Tomorrow night, NASA will test whether it can knock an asteroid off its current path, although instead of blowing it up Armageddon style, it's going to crash a spacecraft into it. We mean that seriously. I want to bring in astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson. His new book is Starry Messenger, Cosmic Perspectives on Civilization. Neil, I know they've tried this in the movies, and I think it was part of Don't Look Up. I believe that's another cultural reference we can make here. Is this a good idea?
Well, after I saw Don't Look Up, I was certain there was a documentary based on my life experience with
all of our
social
life
media
experiences. Yes.
And the press and politics. So I think it's one of the best ideas ever put into a space mission, because built into it is the future security and safety of our species and, of course, other species on Earth. So the day an asteroid is discovered headed towards us, you want to know that somebody has tested what it would take to deflect it. And by the way, all this talk about let's blow it out of the sky, like in America, we're good at blowing stuff up and less good at knowing where the pieces go afterwards. So deflecting an asteroid is by far the most sensible, intelligent thing to do. So this is a test mission for that. So we should have been doing it decades ago.
And I was wondering, do we have anything that is big enough to blow up an asteroid? I mean, that's the other question. So I suppose maybe crashing something into it in the hopes that it would knock it off of its path, I guess, might be the most feasible alternative. But I mean, how real of a threat is this?
No, sorry, let me make it clear. This is called the double asteroid redirect test. And what we're doing here, NASA, the United States, is there's an asteroid that has a little asteroid moon. I guess we call it a moonlet. And the little moonlet is orbiting that asteroid. And all we're going to do is crash into the moonlet and see what it does to the orbit of that moonlet around this asteroid. So it's not like this is headed towards us right now and then we're going to deflect it to save humanity, a Bruce Willis style. No, it's a test.
It'd be a slightly bigger story today, I suppose. That would be a slightly bigger story today if we are indeed trying to save humanity from a killer asteroid. I would hope so. I can't promise you that, but I would hope so. Let me move to Artemis, because I'm starting to wonder whether or not this mission, was born, under a bad sign or something like this. The third launch attempt of Artemis 1 was set for Tuesday, but NASA has since called it off because of Hurricane Ian, which obviously makes a lot of sense. NASA says it will evaluate whether to roll back the Space Launch System to the Kennedy Space Center. Are you frustrated by this? I guess they're showing the appropriate amount of caution. And why do you think this is so important, this mission?
So a couple of things. First, it's been 50 years since we've last been to the moon. So I can wait a few weeks. Okay, this is not a problem. Okay, and I'm glad we have enough data on the launch specs and the launch circumstances to know when to scrub a mission and delay it and when not to. And of course, a hurricane, Florida is no stranger to hurricanes. So this is just another, of course, you were going to delay it. And by the way, there are no astronauts on this mission to the moon. It's basically a test of what is now the most powerful rocket on Earth. And in case people didn't know, this Artemis program, Artemis is the twin sister of Apollo. So that was a classy thing to do, I thought, there. Just as a reminder that there are more genders in the world than, men with crew cuts who sound like mission control. There's a whole other people we can send into space.
You're right.
Yeah, so I look forward to everything we saw. And I think there's another one that's also uncrewed, CREWED. And then I think it's the third one that will have a crew that will go. So we're looking forward to this. It's been a while.
Yeah, I guess I'm just impatient. I want to see this happen, but of course we have to do it safely. And I've been wanting to get your take about the Webb telescope and these incredible images that are coming in. I wonder what you think of them, because you've been studying this for so long. And I guess, does this blow you away? I mean, this week we got these images of Neptune and its rings. This is the first time the rings have been seen in infrared. are you just, again, are you just blown away by this? Do you get blown away by anything? And is this one of those things?
We should all get our minds blown at least once a day, okay?
Yeah.
So I can tell you this, that there were so many contingent things that had to work to get the Webb telescope out there 1 million miles from Earth. This thing was folded up into the fairing of the rocket because we said, how do we get a telescope bigger than the size of the fairing itself? An engineer says, we have an idea. Let's create a foldable rocket, more like the petals of a flower, right? And they fold it up, send it out, unfurl it, and there it is parked 1 million miles away from Earth, opposite the sun, and everything worked as planned. And so I think we're all shocked that it met the specs, okay?
Right.
It did exactly what we wanted to do, and that was enough to just freak us all out. The high resolution, the fact that it is a bandwidth that lets you see things differently. That image of Neptune, that's what it looks like if we had infrared eyeballs. So this idea that everything that is the world, that the world is or should be, is visible to our eyes, we've known as astrophysicists long ago that so much of the universe is happening and comes to us in bands of light that are outside the visible spectrum. And that's why you need telescopes and detectors and engineers right alongside to help us make those measurements.
Yeah, gadgets and gizmos, they are important. And before I let you go, I have to get your reaction to the U.S. Space Force's original song that was released this week. Let's play a snippet and let's get your thoughts.
Let's go. Actually, that's the first I've heard it. But it sounds very 1950s, you know, kind of like what you'd sing when the channels went off the air at midnight. but I kind of like it. I kind of like it
too. And I you know, I guess folks might be in this age of trolling and so on social media. Folks might be tempted to take a shot at it, but I think it sounds very patriotic. And you know, there are some really great people who work over at the Space Force, right? So why not have a fight song? Well, they have a football team. That's the question that I have.
And what's funny or curious is that the other branches of the armed forces, the songs tend to be songs that you would march to. You know, you feel that urge to get up and march. But Space Force, you want to be able to feel like you want to launch something. And I didn't feel launchy with those lyrics or with the rhythms, but maybe if you watch a rocket launch while you hear it, that'll reset how we think about the mood we should attain as we listen.
Absolutely. And we're playing the music right now as you're speaking, Neil. And what you're saying sounds so much better with that music playing behind you. So there must be something to it.
I told you.
Neil deGrasse Tyson, thanks so much. Thanks for indulging me, having a little fun this afternoon, talking space.
Always
we really appreciate it.
A servant of your curiosity.
All right, thanks. And my mind has been blown, so I appreciate it, as always. Thanks so much. Good to see you, Neil. And check out his new book, Starry Messenger, Cosmic Perspectives on Civilization. Neil, as always, great thanks to him. Just a terrific person on the show whenever we have him on. Thanks so much.